Hello, this is Andrew Klavan. I'm going to tell a personal story today, a story I've wanted to tell for a long time. It's something that happened to me many years ago. In fact, it started when I was at Harvard. Getting into such a prestigious university took me from a very humble home to a place where I was suddenly mingling with the best and the brightest people in the country. It was a long time before I made any friends, but by my junior year, I had managed to fall in with a pretty sophisticated gang, a clique of brilliant artsy types. Brilliant in our own minds, anyway. Among this group, there was a girl named Amanda. She was blonde and willowy and had a sort of wistful quality about her. She wrote songs and played guitar, and both her music and her voice had this sort of sad, yearning tone that just grabbed you by the heart. I was crazy about her. She liked me too. It was a very happy time for me. Now, the Christmas holiday was coming, and one of our number, Jonathan Wilson, came up with an idea. His parents had a house in a rural part of upstate New York. They decided to go to Hawaii for the holidays, so since the place would be empty, Jonathan invited us all to spend Christmas there with him. 5 of us accepted the invitation, including Amanda and I. It was great at first. 6 high-spirited college kids in an enormous house surrounded by nothing but a beautiful winter landscape. We tried to be cool about it, but pretty soon we fell into the Christmas spirit. We couldn't help it. We cut down a huge pine in the surrounding woods, tied it up with stout ropes, and dragged it home through the snow. We decorated the house and sledded the hills, played games, sang carols around the piano, basically had as much good, clean fun as it's legal to have. We were having so much fun that I didn't even notice that Amanda was acting very strange. Then one afternoon, when the others were out Christmas shopping, she found me alone, sneaking a beer in the kitchen, and she broke the news to me. She was pregnant. She hoped I'd be happy about it, but I had no money, no prospects. I was ambitious. I wanted to be a novelist, not exactly a financially secure profession. I was in no position to take on a wife and child. We had a fight, and she stormed out of the room. It was awful. When Jonathan and the others came tumbling back home, laughing and shouting, they found me alone in the living room, slumped in a chair by the fire. I pretended I hadn't seen Amanda, said she must have gone to bed early. I didn't want to spoil their spirits. That night, we played a game called Ghost Hunter. Basically, it's hide and seek in the dark. The ghost hunter moves around with a flashlight, and if he leaves the room without finding you, you're allowed to jump out and scare him. I was in no mood for games, obviously, but the others wouldn't let me out of it. So I came up with what I thought was a brilliant idea. I hid down in the basement behind the boiler. No one would find me, and I'd have time to think about my troubles. It was pitch dark down there, absolutely black. I must have sat on the floor blind over half an hour, feeling sorry for myself, listening to the screams and giggles from upstairs. Finally, the basement door opened and a flashlight beam came down. Michael was the ghost hunter. He'd already collected the others. They came thumping down the stairs behind his flashlight, laughing, singing my name. The beam swept through the pitch darkness and picked out my face. Michael shouted, "I see you," with everyone laughing. Someone else, Jennifer, I think, said, "I'll get the lights." The lights came on, and Jennifer let out a horrible scream. I looked up and I started screaming too. There, right above me, Amanda's corpse was dangling in the air, one end of a rope tied around the heating pipe, the other around her neck. She'd been there the whole time I was sitting in the dark. That was the beginning of it.